Out of all the different ways to teach the law of attraction and how to manifest desires, the easiest way that I have learned how to apply the law of attraction and what it is from Abraham Hicks, where you simply need to allow your desires to manifest, because having desires is a natural byproduct of living life, they say. So it's not like you have to sit down all day long and think about what you want in order to manifest it. As soon as you desire it, you ask and it is given, but you have to allow it. You have to allow it to manifest, and that's the key. That's the trick right there. And there's so many different techniques to allow, to drop the resistance, to raise your vibrational frequency, all the different things you can do to manifest desires. But sometimes it can be really easy to overthink things and think that you have to think really hard and all day long. And no, as soon as you have a desire, you ask, it is given. It's a natural byproduct of living life. Just gotta allow it. And so there's different techniques that I learned on how to allow desires to manifest, especially very effective mental focus techniques I learned from the book Psychocybernetics by Maxwell Matlz. And it's a very simple to use method to help you continuously keep your eye on the prize, so to speak, keep your mental focus, and not let things get you down, or things that are stressing you out, or something that you're worrying about, uncertainty that you're facing in your life when it comes to certain things. And so the techniques that I learned from the book Psychocybernetics, the mental focus techniques, there's a couple of them. The first one is, he uses an analogy, the author Maxwell Matlz, the analogy of the check engine sign when you're driving your car. You're driving down the freeway and you see that light turn on your dashboard. You notice that you're going to have to, some maintenance is going to be required pretty soon. But he compares that check engine sign, that light turning on, to a certain thought that stresses you out, that's causing worry, that's causing discouragement or discomfort, that's causing you to lose your focus. And if you're driving in your car and you notice that light turn on, you don't stare at the check engine sign. You don't stare at that light. You need to keep your eye on the road, or else you're going to crash, or you're going to drive off the road or something. You can't just stare at the check engine sign. So he compares that to certain thoughts that come into your mind and causes you to feel a certain way and lose your focus. It's like you're driving in your car and you're focused only on that check engine sign and not on the road, not in the present moment. And another analogy he uses is golfing. I don't golf, but yeah, I grew up around golf. My father, my brothers, they played golf, and so I like this analogy because it's really simple. When you're playing golf, there's certain sand traps, and you don't necessarily ignore the sand traps because you have to know where they are, and you don't want to, you don't want your ball to land on the sand trap. But Maxwell Maltz compares golf or the sand traps to those type of thoughts that distract you, those type of thoughts that discourage you, that stress you out. They're sand traps. You got to know that they're there, and that's why I like these techniques, because it's not about resisting the thoughts, because when you try to resist, it persists and grows stronger. So it's like this sticky situation. You get caught in this loop. But you just have to simply know that it's there, but you're not necessarily ignoring the check engine sign. You're not ignoring the sand traps when you're playing golf. But you're not necessarily completely focusing your attention on it, because you need to know where to hit the ball when you're playing golf. You're not going to only focus on the sand trap. So when I find myself feeling stressed out or worried about something or faced with some uncertainty, I just remind myself of those two analogies of the check engine sign when I'm driving in my car, or if I were to be playing golf, the sand trap. And I have to know that's there, but I can't just focus all my attention on it. It's about simply just also remembering that whatever it is, like I said in the beginning of the video, like Abraham Hicks says, that when you ask, it is given. So it's important to remember to keep your focus and keep your eye on the prize, not something out in the distance, someday in the future, but right here, right now.